In previous lecture we have seen Zener regulator. Zener regulator has one drawback, that it cannot be used for heavy load current. If we use for heavy load current, then Zener diode may get damaged. So that's why we use transistorized series regulator. Instead of Zener diode, here we use transistor to pass the load current. Okay, in Zener diode we use series pass resistor in case of Zener regulator, but in transistorized regulator we use series pass transistor. This transistor is also known as emitter follower. Okay, so this is series pass transistor, and the load current or output current flows through this transistor. Let's see the construction of the circuit. Load resistor RL, R1 R2 potential divider arrangement. Okay, whatever voltage across R2 we call it as VR2. This voltage VR2, that is given to the base of transistor T1. Okay, so we can say VB1, voltage at base of transistor T1, is nothing but VR2. Transistor T1, its emitter is connected to Zener diode. Okay, this is current limiting resistor of Zener diode. So the current will pass through R4 and then through Zener diode. Okay, it provides fixed voltage to the emitter of transistor T1. The collector of transistor T1 is connected to base of transistor T2. Okay, the collector of T1 is connected to base of T2. Resistor R3 is nothing but collector resistor of transistor T1. So if current increases through T1, then it passes through resistor R3. Now here we can see potential divider arrangement R1 R2 and RL, they are in parallel. So if output voltage will increase, then voltage across R2 will also increase. Okay, so in this case we will see what action is taken or what regulation action is taken if output voltage suddenly increases or decreases. We know why output voltage increases and decreases. It increases and decreases due to line regulation and load regulation. So it affects on output voltage. So if output voltage increases, then how it is regulated, and if output voltage is decreased, then how it is automatically again kept constant. Okay, let's see the working of this circuit. Let's see the first condition, case 1. If V output increases, if output voltage suddenly increases than the required level, say 5 volt, 6 volt, if expected is 5 volt, then if the output increases than 5 volt, then what will happen here? If V output increases, then voltage across R2 increases, VR2 increases. As VR2 will increase, then this voltage is nothing but voltage available at base of transistor T1. So we can say VB1 also increases. As VB1 increases, current through T1 increases. T1 increases. As this current through T1 increases, then base potential of T2, which is nothing but VB2, decreases. Why? Because transistor itself is an inverter. Okay, you have learned about transistor as a switch in 11th standard. If transistor is on, means if voltage available at base of transistor is more, then collector voltage decreases. If here voltage increases, this voltage decreases. If this voltage decreases, output voltage means voltage at collector increases. Inverse proportion is there. So here automatically as current through transistor T1 increases, this current flows through R3, and here base potential of transistor T2, which is nothing but VB2, it decreases. As base potential VB2 decreases, then current through T2 decreases. We can say this current is nothing but emitter current. So we can say IE2 also decreases. As this current decreases, automatically output voltage also decreases. Okay. Now case 2, if V output suddenly decreases than the desired level. Okay, desired level, we have taken example of 5 volt. If expected output voltage is 5 volt, and if output decreases below 5 volt, then what will happen? As output will decrease, VR2 will decrease, VR2 will decrease, VB1 decrease. As VB1 decrease, current through T1 will decrease. So this will increase base potential of T2. So VB2 will increase, and this will increase current through T2, which is nothing but IE2. So IE2 will increase. As this output current will increase, automatically output voltage will increase. In this way, we can see if output voltage increase, it automatically decreases. If output voltage suddenly decreases, it automatically increases. So here we can see there is negative feedback action. Now let's see expression for output voltage. We know voltage across R2, VR2, according to potential divider formula, the resistance across which we are calculating voltage, which is nothing but R2, upon addition of both the resistors in series R1 plus R2 into total available voltage, which is nothing but V output. Okay, so we can write the formula VR2 equal to R2 upon R1 plus R2 into V output. Now we want expression for V output, so we can write V output is equal to R1 plus R2 upon R2 into VR2. Now VR2 can be written like, see this, if we apply Kirchhoff's voltage law in this loop, then VR2 will be equal to Vz plus Vb. This total voltage that is developed across VR2 get distributed in distributed like Vbe plus Vz. So we can write, but VR2 equal to Vbe plus Vz, and we call this as feedback fraction ACL. Then we can write V output equal to ACL, and instead of VR2 we will write Vbe plus Vz. Now here we know ACL is constant because R1, R2 fixed value. Then Vb is also constant. We know Vb for silicon type transistor it is 0.7, and Vz is flexible according to Zener diode selected. So we can write V output is directly proportional or equal to V Z. So output voltage completely depends upon the Zener diode voltage. This is expression for output voltage. Now we have seen the advantage of this circuit, that we can use this circuit for heavy current, but there are some limitations. The limitations are when load current increases, output current increases, that flows through the series pass transistor. So series pass transistor dissipates more amount of power, hence we require heat sink. Okay, if this transistor is kept on for more time, and if heavy current will flow through this transistor, then it may get damaged. So we have to use heat sink to minimize the heat developed in the circuit. So if we use heat sink, then it will increase the cost, it will increase the size of the circuit, and also weight of the power supply. So these are some limitations of this transistorized series regulator.